32% more sales is what we were able to achieve for a client of ours by changing just one simple setting within their Facebook ad account. It takes literally seconds to make this change, but it resulted in a significant improvement in their Facebook ads return on ad spend. And in this video, I'm going to show you what this change was and explain why you should do it as well. Okay, so to show you the changes that were made inside this client's ad account to get them that 32% increase in sales, I'm in an example ad account now. I'm going to walk through the same process that we went through and show you exactly how to do this. It doesn't take very long at all, and it's very easy to do. And before I do that, I just want to give a little bit of context around this business, because I think that will help you understand where it was and why we made these changes. So this is a business that before we started working with them, they had run lots of different types of campaigns for lots of different types of products and services. It's a business that operates in many different industries, has lots of different legs to it. Like they'll sell products, but they also sell services that are like attached to the products and that kind of go with them. So it had quite a varied history. Anyway, this client had done, before they started working with us, done a lot of testing, and they'd really sort of narrowed it down to one product range that they wanted to promote going forward, and that's why they brought us on board, because they wanted us to help promote that and then scale campaigns for that particular product range. So we had a look at their ad account, and we had a look at the history, and we were looking at all the various different things that had been advertised, and you're thinking, well, okay, yes, some of this is related, but in many cases quite loosely. This is quite tough for Meta to be able to optimize. Now, before we'd started working with them, they were running primarily Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, at least for the product-based campaigns they've been running. Like I said, they had, they're sort of tech-based products, so they had like services around those that kind of fit. And we felt like that was a good strategy, the Advantage Plus shopping campaigns. We're quite happy to continue that now that we're focusing down on these products. But when we got into the ad account, we had a look at the history, it became quite clear to us that Meta's having a hard time optimizing here. And that's not surprising, because Meta doesn't really know, what does a conversion look like? Who should I putting these ads in front of? Like I said, these are tech-based products that they're advertising. Well, older demographics are going to want all the extra services around installation and explanation and training and getting people to understand how they're used. Younger generations aren't going to do that. So when you're running the more service-based campaigns that go around with these tech products, they're going to be targeted more older demographics, whereas when you're just actually selling the products themselves, maybe they get targeted at younger demographics. And there's other, as I said, there's lots of different types of campaigns that will run for a wide range of products. And that, I felt, that meant that Meta was a bit confused. We're now focusing on this one product range with an Advantage Plus shopping campaign that really relies on Meta's automatic targeting, their AI to work out who to put ads in front of, how to optimize the campaigns. And yet, because of this varied history, just felt like Meta was a bit confused and wasn't getting the best results possible. So there are a few different options when you come into that sort of scenario. And I know people watching this video, and I've certainly had it in the past, they'll have tested a whole bunch of things and they end up with a bit of a mess of an ad account, given the history. And we know how important it is that Meta understands what to do, what a conversion is, who to put your ads in front of if you want the best possible results, because the machine learning process is so powerful. So when you have an account like that, as like I said, there's a couple of different options. The first one is just to go, you know what, let's leave this Meta ad account, let's create a new one and start fresh. And that was definitely something that we considered. It wouldn't normally be my first option though, particularly in an ad account like this one, where they still did have a lot of conversions for the product range that we wanted to advertise going forward. So it's not like we were just had a complete mess of an ad account, the data in that is old and not valuable, and we can just start afresh and it'll be fine. If we say goodbye to the old ad account, yes, we're not confusing Meta with campaigns and information that may be getting in the way, but we'd also be missing out on really good conversion data for that particular product range. So before we did that, we thought, look, why don't we just try giving Meta a bit more information around what this business is now and what it wants to advertise going forward, and see if that helps improve performances. Like I said, given that there was so much had been gone on previously, and the conversion history meant that Meta was a bit confused. So here's what we did. So we came into the ad account. This is an example ad account. This isn't the client's ad account, but I can demonstrate on this. And we're in Ads Manager. And what we did is we came and clicked on these three little lines here, and then we selected advertising settings. It would probably be one of the options here. If not, you can just go into all tools and find it in there. And then in advertising settings, we've got this option here, the first option, which is called industry. So if we go ahead and click on this, and you can see the information that Meta's asking us about this. So it says, your industry helps us understand your ad account and ensure you have access to the right features, guidance, and support. They don't expressly say it here, but I think it impacts optimization of the campaigns, which makes complete sense, right? If Meta better understands, oh, you guys are advertising this, well, we have tons of data from other types of businesses that are also advertising something similar, that's going to help us optimize your campaigns. And they kind of allude to it at the beginning, saying your industry helps us understand your ad account. And we know that that understanding leads to better campaign optimization, which leads to better performance. So we just go ahead and add industry. And you've got two options here. You can just add the one, or you can add in two here. So we went in and we selected e-commerce, which I think that was really powerful for this ad account. Because like I said, they were advertising tech-based products, but also quite a few services around those products. They had wide ranges. Some things you install yourself, some things get installed at your home. There's all sorts of various services around it. Like, I can't be too specific, but just to try and give you some context. So I think telling that this was an e-commerce business, I think was really valuable for this ad account in terms of Meta understanding it. And then, fortunately, not all businesses will be able to do this because there are a relatively limited number of options. We were able to add in a second one of technology, which actually really accurately describes what this business is now looking to do going forward. It's e-commerce, they're selling the standalone products, and it's technology based, so fantastic. Not all businesses will be able to go with options that are as accurate as that. You might have to be more broad, but if you do feel like Meta's just not really optimizing your campaigns properly, potentially a bit confused, especially if you've got quite varied history within that account, a lot of advertisers do, I think this is a bit of a no-brainer. So go ahead and click save, and that is it. We've now given Meta that information, and they can now optimize our campaigns accordingly. Now, something I forgot to mention just before I close down that window, so I'm just going to click on Update Industry to come back in here, is this line at the end of this sort of, couple of sentences at the top here that says, changes you make here won't affect active campaigns. So you might think that you've come in here, you've set up your industry, why wouldn't you? Just takes a few clicks, like absolutely go ahead and get this done. You click save and you think, okay, job done. Meta's now going to optimize my campaigns differently. Well, it's not going to affect already active campaigns, but it will affect new campaigns. So if you do this, and you want this to have an impact on your campaign performance, you then need to create new campaigns or duplicate your existing campaigns and run those in order to actually have that impact. And also this just further confirms what I was talking about a minute ago when I was saying that Meta doesn't expressly say that what you change here affects your campaign optimization, but the fact that they have a line in here saying that change you make here won't affect active campaigns, but implying it will affect other campaigns, leads me to believe that this is impacting campaign optimization, which I think makes sense, because why wouldn't Meta use that information like we discussed previously? So if you come in here and you come and do that, just watch out for that point, click save, and then what you need to do is go back into Ads Manager, and then the easiest way is just to duplicate existing campaigns and run those, and hopefully they will be impacted in a positive way by providing Meta with industry information, and you'll get an improvement in performance. Now, I need to provide a bit more detail around the 32% improvement that this client got in results, but before I do that, I've got a quick question for you. How much better do you think your Facebook ad results would be if I mentored you directly? Now, not many people that watch my videos know that I do actually have a mentorship program where myself and my team mentor people daily. And we've had some mentees completely transform their business inside of my mentorship program. And here's a stat that I'm really proud of. 82% of people that join my mentorship program see a notable improvement in their Facebook ads return on ad spend within just 30 days. So if you want better Facebook ad results, go ahead and book a free call with us to find out more about my mentorship program. The link to do so is in the video description. So we made this change for this client and it got a 32% improvement in results, 32% more sales specifically with the same ad spend. Now, we know that the change itself had an impact. Selecting the industries, telling Meta that this is now e-commerce, technology-based, that's what we're advertising, optimize the campaigns accordingly, please, I think definitely had an impact. But it should also be noted that in order to have those changes come into effect, we duplicated the campaigns, turned off the old ones, and ran new ones. Sometimes just doing that can lead to a significant change in results. Not normally as much as 32%, but that shouldn't be discounted, because I imagine there'll be some people watching the video saying, well, you did duplicate the campaigns, sometimes that can lead to improvement results. Sometimes it does the opposite, by the way, and it can worsen results. But I just wanted to mention that because that may well be a factor in the improvement in results. Either way, I'm happy with where it is now. The campaigns seem to be optimizing much better. And we know that the longer we run this and the more clarity and stability that we provide within this ad account to Meta, the better the results are likely to be. The more conversions happen for this product range in particular, we're likely to see this perform better and better. So I'd strongly recommend you take a few seconds to just go ahead and get this set up and make it as accurate as possible. Not all businesses are going to be able to find industries that are very descriptive of what they offer, but I do think Meta's probably going to improve this feature over time and build out the various industry options. And also it's likely to have more of an impact on campaign optimization and therefore the results that we see as more and more advertisers do this, and as Meta has a better understanding of, okay, any business within this category, we're seeing the better results in general by advertising it this way or this time of the day, or having this many average impressions, or targeting these people, and it's different for this industry. And as that process gets more sophisticated, just like Meta's AI machine learning processes have gotten more sophisticated in terms of being able to dictate who gets targeted, how often, time of day, all that sort of stuff, I think this is going to be more powerful as time goes on. So like I said, well worth doing. Oh, and by the way, have you seen my video that shows how I increased the business sales by $7.2 million with a new Facebook ad creative strategy? If not, you can check it out here. In that video, I show you the exact Facebook ad creative strategy that I used, and I explain why it works so well. You almost certainly want to try and do something similar. Go ahead and check it out.